It's me drawing a blue line. So there's a max buy trade there. And you can see obviously that Max was a big buyer, obviously recognized this commercial buy here, which was our exit price, of course. And you can see Max has bought oil and taken a $400 profit out of that long oil trade. Very nice indeed, Max. A very, very good trade outcome. Not the most active contract as Max oil trades. We don't really get a huge number of trade opportunities on Max. You can see we go all the way back to the London Open. We've only got that one trade. You can see that. Max hasn't done any other trades. But when I stop a second in the overnight session, you'll see when Max did do a trade. And just look at what Max did, guys. Does anybody see the Max trade? What the hell, right? Is Max on fire? Look at this buy trade area here for Max. $98.15. I mean, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. It's a little bit early, right? But if it was automated and at that time in the morning and you were able to start working some orders against that, that's the only other Max trade we've got. Look, go backwards, you'll see that there is no other Max trades in the overnight session. None. You're saying, yeah, but you're only showing us 2 trades. Well, I'll show you the sell trade as well then. Does everybody agree that that sell trade was also very good on Max? Does everybody agree that that sell area there was also a very good trade on Max? Pretty good. 98.20s, 97.70s, $500. Pretty good trade. It's all right. Does everybody agree that the previous buy trade was okay on Max? Everybody agree that that's a reasonably good little buy trade area there. It's not the biggest trade I've ever seen in my life, but it goes from 98.10s to a high price of 98.30s. It still made you $200. Still made you $200. It's not bad. The previous sell trade wasn't that clever, but it still made money, guys. The previous sell trade was here. It still made some money. Look, it still managed to get a little bit of a sell response to that. I mean, we went from a price of 80s to a low price of 50s. It still made $300, right? So what are we complaining about when we make $300 in these types of trade narratives? So you can see Max sell made money, Max buy made some money, possibly a scratch. Max sell was glorious. Max buy trade, my goodness, this Max buy trade was incredibly good. 98.15s to 99.20s. That's over $1,000 buy trade on Max oil. And then into this morning's business, we can see Max has bought in again at 99.30s, rallying up to 99.70s. Another $400. 100% winners, guys. At least maybe a scratch. But 100% winners. Pretty good stuff, right? Pretty good stuff. Sexy like a box of chocolate strawberries. Yes, I didn't get a Max sell on bonds, and I haven't had a Max buy on bonds on this downtick this time. This was the same price that we've been buying all the way through this morning, but Max doesn't like it very much this morning so far. So I'm just letting it be at the moment. I am not taking part at this point. It is day low, so I am aware of that, but I am not buying it. Not yet. Not yet. Anyway, let's get through the rest of this morning's numbers. There hasn't really been an awful lot this morning, but let's see what we have had. We had some numbers out of Australia last night. Retail sales disappointed at 0.2%, with import prices rising by 4.3%. It's down from the prior of 5.1%, and it's also below the forecast of 4.5%. Retail sales, as I said, 0.2% down from the prior of 0.9%, also missing the expectation of 0.5%. Spanish unemployment better than expected at 13.2%, coming in at 12.5%, so better than expected in Spanish unemployment. As we move into this afternoon, we've obviously got quite an important GDP number in 4 minutes. It is the advanced GDP. We don't really bother with the final GDP numbers because they're always pretty much accurate because of the revisions and various other things. But this is quite an important number, GDP. So let's see if the US has managed to continue to grow. And 0.4% is the forecast, 0.4% prior of minus 1.6%. So it's important for the US that we post a positive number here. So that number due out in just 4 minutes, guys. That number due out in just 4 minutes. Also this afternoon, we've got unemployment claims coming out, 253 against 251 prior. And also Yellen expected to make some comments about something somewhere at some time. So be aware of that this afternoon as well, guys. Welcome in. Hope you're all ready to get going. It's been a fantastic wholesale price festival of trading for me, at least for me. And a couple of lessons, I think, for everybody else who simply has failed to acknowledge that what we teach in the classroom should be used on the right-hand edge of the charts for some peculiar reason I don't know. We'll have to look at that going forward. Anyway, welcome in, guys. We'll cover the Fed this afternoon after we get these numbers. But remember, these numbers are important, and we have these numbers out in just 2.5 minutes, guys. 2.5 minutes.